welcome back to another episode of Pre-Store Companions. I'm Dylan, and I've had a very interesting thing that happened recently and kind of sad. So behind me I have a 150-gallon, was a saltwater fish tank that my dad used to have, and he gave it to me, and I'm currently using it for my Dumerils Boas, Wiz and Amber. Now I'm currently cleaning out Wiz's tank, so I put him in with his girlfriend for a little bit. I've had these guys for probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 months now. They're fairly new to my collection and my Pre-Store Companion family. When I initially got them, I do believe that I had seen them lock tails, so they had attempted to breed. And as you guys could tell in the video description, we did have babies. I came home the other day after a long day of training and work, and came home to a rather unpleasant smell. Now Amber had gone into hiding. She has like this blue bucket thing that I've repurposed into a hide. It's the biggest thing that I had that could fit her size for a hide, but she's been hiding in there for, I don't know, probably at least 2 weeks, and I was wondering, you know, she's probably shedding, going through something just totally normal. She came out, and it seemed like everything was fine. She was okay. But when I came home from work the other day, just definitely a smell of death. I got her out of here, went and threw her in the shower, got her cleaned up, and as I started taking things apart in here is when I discovered that she did in fact lay a litter of babies. But there was only one that was remotely developed, and it was still underdeveloped. The rest were slugs. They looked nasty, the nastiest looking kind of eggs that you could ever imagine. It was gross. I didn't happen to get any of that documented because in the moment, you know, just had to, you know, get the mess clean, and I already got my hands kind of dirty, so I didn't want to go and set up all my camera equipment and stuff. But I did take the one specimen, the one baby Dumerils Boa that was mostly developed, and now it is a wet specimen. Here's that baby that unfortunately wasn't fully developed. I've just got it in this glass jar soaking in 90% isopropyl alcohol. And like I said, this was the only baby that was like even remotely formed. The others were like, didn't even remotely resemble a snake. So we'll go ahead and pull this thing out and get a little bit closer look here. So yeah, as you can see, definitely very severely deformed, not looking very good at all. Definitely had this thing finished forming, definitely would have been a very beautiful baby. Yeah, pretty disappointing, but you know, this is, if I'm working with animals, that these things just might happen, and I hear this kind of stuff happens more frequently with boas than, you know, pythons, I think. So these guys are probably, I think, at least 13 or 14 years old, so they still got some years in them, and at least I know that Amber here is still able to, you know, have babies. I'm thinking that maybe this litter didn't work out because I did just recently move in this house, and I'm thinking that maybe the transportation and kind of a little bit of inconsistency lately with their setup kind of definitely affected the baby's development. I honestly didn't even know she was pregnant. She didn't seem like all swollen. I have bred ball pythons once in the past, and my female, when she was definitely pregnant, you could tell because she was thick and she was laying on her side, but Amber here didn't really seem to look all that different. So I'm gonna give her a little bit of a break. I'm gonna build up her body condition, feed her probably a little bit more than I normally would just to replenish whatever she had lost laying those babies. And then maybe here in like 6 to 8 months, I may attempt to rebreed these guys. In the meantime, yeah, just get them on a normal feeding schedule, make sure they're really healthy. And I'm definitely going to be upgrading a lot of enclosures here in my reptile room. This tank isn't, I think, really an ideal setup for these guys. They have the necessities, a hot end, cool end, at least one hide. They should probably have more hide. Water bowl, the substrate on this side is pretty thick, so they could burrow. This is kind of a burrowing species. But I'd like to build custom front opening enclosures. This one is pain because you got to go in from above. But I'd like probably a 2.5 by 8 foot by 2.5 huge enclosure for these guys. Build one for Wiz, build one for Amber. I got plenty of space here in my reptile room to start building, customizing my own enclosures. Eventually I'll take this one and probably turn it into a huge bioactive tank with bromeliads and plants and waterfalls and like a nice water feature with like tetras and fish and maybe even try to do some sort of cohabitation with, I don't know, maybe some species, a lizard, something in there that's moving around, but it'll be bioactive, it'll maintain itself, and it'll look beautiful. This tank works fine for now for these guys. So yeah, it does suck that we didn't have babies, but I at least know that, you know, she still has the capability to crank them out. Hopefully next time we'll be more successful. I'll do more research and study what things to look for, what behaviors, what body conditions, so that I can, you know, so that I can adjust things and give her what she needs to have an actual viable litter of babies. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of today's video. If you like today's content, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you to my nearly 1,200 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. With all that being said, we're going to bring this video to a close. Me and my companions will see you guys in the next video.